Hey guys, Chris from the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel. It's Monday marathon time where we go through boxes of e-waste we get from the local charity shop because they don't want to deal with it and I want to try and save it. So 2 boxes this week. We have, I think, some appliances. There's a big urn, there's a toaster. Don't know what's in some of this. Lots of little things in here. Let's go through it. I don't know that there's anything terribly exciting or valuable, but as usual, we usually end up doing pretty well out of this, and we usually end up saving most of it from going to the e-waste stream. As normal as well, I always try and buy a couple of things to flip and make some profits. I've got a little clock here, I'll show you that in a minute. And I got something else. Oh, something out of the scrap metal tin I didn't even buy. All right, let's unpack it quickly and see what we've got. Here's the little clock I bought. It was $3. It's a metal surround. It's modern, but it's quite a nice floral design. Fairly standard little made in China clock movement. The battery's in it, but there's no corrosion. It's not going, so I'm just hoping it needs a new battery. The metal is like a die-cast zinc, some sort of alloy. It doesn't really matter. It looks the part, looks good. It's got a bit of weight to it, and the clock face is quite nice. So if we put a battery in that and it works, I'm expecting to get maybe about $15 for that. If it doesn't sell, we could drop it to 10. Either way, we're still doing really well on our investment. So we'll check that out later. The other thing I got is in the bottom of this box. And it's out of their scrap metal bin. It's just a scraper. I think it's designed for cleaning out spouts. And that's what I'm going to use it for. Just to spouting around our shed and our studio. And one side of the house, we have a lot of trees hanging over. You get leaves in the spout. This is a way to scrape the leaves along the spouting under the edge of the roofing, and without, if you try and stick your hand in there's spiders, you cut your hand on the tin. So I'm going to keep this and use it. I think I'd probably try and get $5 for it if I was to sell it. I'm not sure what they're worth new. I think they're pretty cheap. Maybe you can buy a new one for that, but I don't mind. It's better than scrap metal and I have a use for it, so I'm keeping that one. Right, quickly, let's have a look in this box. There's a large urn. It's an older style one. It is a Kambrook, so it's a reasonable quality. Oh, it's lost the knob. I wonder if that's in here somewhere. Even though it's an older one, as long as it works okay, the elements on these older ones are usually better than the new ones. So hopefully we can find the knob for it. The plug doesn't have the sleeves on the pins, so it's at least 20 years old. Probably 1990s, I'm thinking. There's the lid for it. All right, so hopefully the knob turns up. We have a toaster. It's a larger style toaster. It's Contempo, which is the budget brand through Big W, I think, in Australia. One of the department stores anyway. But it looks spotlessly clean inside, so I don't think it's ever really done much toasting. It's more grubby and dirty on the outside. As long as it's not actually damaged, it will clean up fine. I don't normally try and resell these toasters, particularly the cheaper line ones, because you could probably buy it new for about $10 or $15. But if it just needs a wipe over and a safety test, we'll get $5 for it, given that it's so clean. So we'll test that one when we get our tester out. Now, the only other thing in this box is a bag, and it's a Holden bag. I don't know what's in it. I haven't actually opened it. It's got a bit of weight to it. It reminds me of something you'd have in the car, like a medical kit or something. But I'm assuming it's electrical because it's in with the e-waste. And I'm thinking the bag with Holden on it would get a few dollars anyway, even if it was empty. Let's have a look in here together. It is electrical. Well, that's our power pack. There's a battery. Oh, what's this? Asus. Is this a little tablet? I don't think this is Holden related. I think they've just used a Holden bag. Oh, it's a little mini laptop. Well, there you go. Intel. I don't know anything about these little ones. I'll have to research that. We'll see if it powers up. It has USB plugs. It has a slot for a little memory card. Little mouse trackpad. So I don't know what age it would be. I'm guessing early 2000s. We'll have to check that out. What's it say on here? It's an EPC series. So it's basically a mini laptop. All right, we'll check that out. It may have some value. It might be just too old. But I reckon the bag's got to be probably worth $5, maybe even $10. So that's a bonus. We'll even check the battery because I get a lot of good batteries out of e-waste. I very rarely have to go and buy new batteries, so that's handy. In fact, that one, if it works, might get our clock going. Right, let's get this box off the bench. And we'll move a bit of this clutter so I can get into the other box. Okay, there's a bit in here. This looks like another scanner. We had one of these in a recent episode, which I ended up just sending to Ewaste. I don't think so many people use scanners anymore. Every printer now has the ability to scan, and these are usually quite old. It has a very early USB plug, the really thick one, so I think I'm just going to send that straight to Ewaste. There's no usable parts I can get out of it. It's mostly plastic, a piece of glass, very small electric motor, and a very tiny circuit board. So I don't think it's worth trying to do anything with. Now this is maybe a heat pad. It's certainly got wires going to it, so I'm not sure what that would be used for. Whether it's a medicinal type use, perhaps not. It's got a fairly large adapter here, so it wouldn't be something you'd put on your bed. Probably more for maybe warming a tropical fish tank, or do they have immersion type heaters? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's a heat mat, and the cord goes deep into the box. We'll pull that out shortly. It'll just be a power pack. So it's a Razor brand. I'll have to check that one out and see if it's got any sort of value. We can easily test to see if it works. We'll have to dig some stuff out of here. We have just a power cord from something. Goodness, what is that? Looks like a shower rose, but it's not. Massager? A scalp massager maybe, but it's hard plastic. They're not soft. It might go with something else in here. Oh, it probably goes with a hairdryer. And maybe it's just for, yeah, it does. It clips onto the Remington. Some sort of blow wave styling. I don't know. I don't use a hairdryer. This one's really sticky, very sticky. Don't know what's going on with that, but I don't think it's really going to be worth cleaning up. It is a Remington, probably a better brand than average, but then again, they're all probably made in the same factory these days. I'll check that out. If it happens to be a valuable one, it says a 2300 AC Professional. Usually that's just marketing. I would suggest that it's not worth cleaning up, but I will check out the model just in case it's a valuable one. Hairdryers do sell, but they've got to be cheap and they've got to be in nice, clean condition. Alright, we have a kettle, a Sunbeam, so at least it's probably a bit better quality than your budget ones. Looks clean enough inside, so we'll give that a check. I do sell a lot of kettles, and there's another kettle in here as well. That looks like the base for the Sunbeam. Hello, Coco. Come in to visit. So, yep, that will test and should be saleable if it works all right. Let's drag the other kettle out. It looks like a reasonable one too. It's a Home & Co, so it's an older Kmart brand. Pretty cool with the glass though. It looks cleanish inside. So I think that will sell if it works okay, but probably only $5. A little mini hairdryer. At least this one's clean and not sticky. A big tangle of cords here. So I think that one's worth checking. We might get $5 for it. Handy little travel hairdryer if you're on a trip. There's our instructions for our Sunbeam kettle. Don't think anyone really needs instructions for a kettle, do they? That's the base for the other one. Here we have a keyboard. Very dirty keyboard. It's a corded one. Logitech. I usually put keyboards in the shop if they test out okay for $5, but this one has hair all over it. Lots of DNA. I think that might just have to go straight in the e-waste bin. Don't fancy pulling all the keys off and spending half an hour cleaning something that I mightn't even get $5 for. There's a lot of cord with it, so we'll probably just chop the cord off. It is a USB keyboard, so it's fairly modern. Alright, what else have we got in here? We've got a big bowl of spaghetti. Oh, there's a Ryobi charger. So that's alright. And there's two of them. So I think they will sell quite well. Don't have any Ryobi power tools or anything here, but the chargers will certainly have a market if they work okay. So I won't separate everything now. I'll do this in my own time. That's the power pack for the Ryobi charger. And we'll go through and test it all together once I've emptied the tub. There we have an electric knife. It's a Home & Co again, so an older Kmart one. And I think I saw the blades in here. These look like them. There's actually 2 sets of blades. So maybe we have 2 electric knives. I think they go with that. So that's clean enough. If that tests okay, we might get $5 for it. Again, that cheaper brand is probably very inexpensive to buy new. Sensi, that's an oil or aromatherapy oil warmer. I don't know if it has something goes on it or whether you just put some sort of container on it. Looks okay. It's actually ceramic. Has a switch, so we can easily check to see if that works. Sensi, I'm pretty sure, is a party plan type company. I think the stuff was fairly expensive. Here we have like a toiletry bag with what? Is that another little... Geez, that's an old hairdryer. Well, judging by the cord, it's an old style cord. And it looks like it's a fold-up hairdryer. Oh, look at that. Kambrook hairdryer iron. How cool is that? It looks in good condition for an older one. So I think you could get away with calling that retro. Might be 1980s maybe. But if that works okay, I'm sure we'll be able to sell that. That's really quirky. There was something else in here. What's in here? Oh, okay. That's an iron. So it's interchangeable. Let's see how this works. It clips on there somehow. So you have, yeah. There we go. So you have a hairdryer and a travel iron. How cool is that? Oh, I like that. Not that I would use an iron or a hairdryer. And we have some adapters for it. Power adapter to a UK socket. So definitely been in someone's travel kit. Hence it looks like a little travel bag. Another adapter. That's US, is it? So there we go. This has probably cruised the world, this thing. That's really cool. I think that's the best thing we found today. Alright, more power packs. We have this other set of knives, but we don't seem to have another electric knife. Maybe they're just... Well, they look to be the same. Maybe it's just a spare set. In the bottom here we have another attachment for the hairdryer. And the last thing is a Breville sandwich maker, is it? Oh, it's a book toaster. Oh, it's a sandwich maker, but it's really crusty. Yeah, that's been very hot and been used a lot. So that one's only going to be scrap. I'm certainly not cleaning that up. We won't need the book. That can go in the recycle bin. And that ends our tub, other than a few cords. So, alright, what a big pile of stuff I've got on my bench. I'll try and get it all sorted out and we'll go through and test some things. Okay, I've done a bit of sorting, a bit of checking. I think we can save a lot of this and we should get a bit of a good return. This small pile in the corner is all that's going to be e-waste. I checked out this Remington hairdryer and it's not anything particularly valuable, and this one is so disgustingly dirty that all I'm going to do here is chop the cord off. Not worth getting the motor out of. It's a very light one, so that can go to e-waste. And the cord, we'll chop the plug off the other end. You don't need that plastic bit. And that can go into our insulated copper wire. The keyboard, I did discover it's actually a gaming keyboard. It's a Logitech G213 Prodigy gaming keyboard. You can buy them new for, I think, around about $80 odd. Second hand on eBay, I found a few, but they only made a couple of $5 or something like that. This one also has an issue with the cord where it comes out of the back. And as I said, it's very dirty. So I'm not going to muck around and waste time with that one. We'll chop the cord off, and they can go to e-waste as well. And the only other thing here is, well, we had the accessories for the hairdryer and that Breville toasty that's just filthy dirty. So I will scrap that out for the elements at some stage, and I'll chop the cord off it later. But that's pretty much all that is going to e-waste, which is only a small percentage from what we've got here. And that's great. We'll show you at the end of the video how it all stacks up. But it's time to do some testing. We want to test, of course, before we clean, because there might be a fault, and I don't want to have a clean item that then I'm throwing out. It's a matter of saving time where I can. So we'll go through, we'll test the kettles. I did find the control knob for the urn that was actually inside, and it was a bit loose, so I've tightened it up and now it works perfectly. So as long as this one doesn't leak, we should get maybe $20 for that. It's an older model, it's Australian made, but we'll have to check it as well. All right, let's get the e-waste off the bench and start testing some things. Okay, let's start with this toaster. Now, if it wasn't so clean inside, I would not be bothering with this, but it's actually pretty good. It looks like it's hardly been used. So let's put the earth probe on there and power it up through the appliance tester. And it tests safe as far as the earth goes. It looks good. Let's try the element, see if it powers up. And it looks like it's working fine. And all elements seem to be working. That's fantastic. Cancel. All right, that seems to work okay. I think that's worth giving a bit of a clean up, and we can probably get, oh look, we might try $10 on it because I'm sure it'll clean up pretty good. I don't remember what they are new. We'll have to check that out. They're not going to be a lot more than that, to be honest. So we might end up just putting $5 on it. I will check a price on that. But you can buy these department store style toasters very cheaply these days. But at least it's worth wiping the sides down and getting $5. Okay, let's work through this pile. The electric knife, I'm pretty sure they're both just different knife options. One looks like a bread knife and one's perhaps a meat knife. So this again is only a cheaper brand, wasn't it? It was a Home & Co, so Kmart. But it looks in good condition. Let's power it up. There's no earth and everything's plastic except the blades. Oh, that sounds like a new one. I'm sure that is a good unit and got some life left in it. So we should be able to get $5 for that one pretty easily with the other blades. So we can clean that one up too. This little hairdryer, again, it's only a cheapie. It's a Sensai. Only a small one, good for, I guess, in your travel kit. Double insulated, so no earth, it's all plastic. Let's power that one up. And sounds okay. Warms up, everything works fine. So we'll try for $5 on that one again. Doesn't even really need cleaning. That one's in pretty good condition. Now this Sensi, it says it was a wax warmer. I looked it up and I did find one online that had sold only for about $12 plus postage. But I guess we just need to know if it warms up. So let's power that one up. Little light comes on. It's not going to get very hot. It's not actually like a cooktop. It's just a warmer. I might have to leave that for a while. I can't feel anything happening at the moment, but it does test safe. Okay, I've left that for 5 minutes or so. It's getting nice and warm, so it works perfectly fine. It might be just a power light that stays on, or maybe it will click out after a while. But I'm confident that that's in good condition. So we'll probably go, I think we'll just go $5 on that as well. I don't want these things hanging around. The next thing to test are these Ryobi chargers. They're an 18-volt charger. Now, I'm not going to be able to test them other than just see if they power up, because I don't have a Ryobi battery here. Let's power that one up. All right, we've got a light coming on. You can't just put your meter in there and register 18 volts because they need to sense that a battery is there. And also, you can't even piggyback another battery in easily because there's a third connection which enables the charger to communicate with the battery management system in the battery. So it's a little hard to check them. I probably could Google. There might be a hack to do it. If you know how to check these easily, let me know. But I'm going to put $10 on them. I'm going to assume they're working, and I'll offer a money-back guarantee at the shop. If someone local has a Ryobi battery that goes in these, an 18-volt battery, drop down to the shop maybe, and we can test them out. So we'll just power this one up and see if it lights up. Yep, so I think they're both in working order, but I won't really know for sure until we put a Ryobi battery in and see. So we'll write them down as $10 each, and I'll let you know down the track how that works out. Right, we have a few kettles to get some water into and boil up. Let's test this this cool Kambrook iron and hairdryer first. In fact, we'll do all the kettles at the end because I've got 3 of them. I'm going to have to get a bit of water in here and some citric acid and boil it up and make sure they don't leak. This is the coolest item. So, and it looks like it's hardly ever been used. So how do we unlock? There we go. Unlock the iron that way. And then it becomes a hairdryer. So the cord is the old style cloth cord. It looks to be in reasonable condition. Can't feel any issues with it. I think this thing would date back to the 70s. I think I did see somewhere made in Hong Kong on here, which is quite typical. Hong Kong made a lot of stuff in the 70s. Maybe it was on the iron. I saw it somewhere. There we go, made in Hong Kong. So if it powers up, it certainly looks like a 70s era plug. If it works out fine and tests safe, I think this is going to be our best find. And I'm thinking of something like $30 as a collectible. But let's power this up. And we don't have any metal at all. It's all plastic, so we can't put our earth lead on there. It's set to iron. We set it to dryer. Oh, there we go. That works well. It heats. You've only got flat out or stop, 2 speeds. It's got a little bit of a mark in there. It's been scratched up a bit, but it's not too bad. Let's see if the iron works. Now, how do we do that? We've leave it on off. We've got to fold that in. We've got to clip our iron in those. Which way does it slide? Forwards or back? I think forwards. Oh yes, it's got a holding clip at that end. Okay, that's in position. Now we need to set it to iron. And I guess now we can see if it is earthed. I don't think it's double insulated. Oh yes, it passes on the appliance tester, so the earth's okay. Is that warming up? It's switched to iron. I don't know what else we have to do. Maybe it takes a while. Oh yeah, it's heating up. I can feel it heat up. Well, how about that? It's in operational condition and it tests safe. What a cool unit. And it comes with the little bag. I don't know that we necessarily have to keep the bag with it. It's just like a toiletries bag. And we don't need to keep these adapters. They're old Breville adapters, the UK and US one. I don't think I'm going to hang on to those. They're old style adapters. And what's this little thing? I think this is shoe shine. A little shine up your shoes. And a little polishing. A shoe mitt. There we go. So you can polish your shoes, you can do your hair, you can iron your clothes and go out on the town while you're on holidays. Oh, that's actually quite hot now. There you go. What a great thing. I reckon that's worth about $30. I've never seen another one like that. And I think that's quite a collectible and in good working order. Now this Canon scanner, I have changed my mind on this. I'm going to try and sell it. I did have a look online and this particular model seems to sell quite well. Even though I think it's an older model. Now I plugged it into my laptop and I couldn't get my laptop to recognize it, but I don't know what I'm doing. You might need to download a program or something to run it, installation disk or something, I don't know. But I did see a lot of these online sell. Some of them, I think I saw some actually new for $100 and something. I'm not sure if they're an upgraded version. They were the same model number and they looked the same. And the last scanner I ended up putting in the e-waste because it looked terrible. It looked like someone had used it as a paving stone or a frisbee. This one actually looks quite good. Couple of minor scratches, but it's nice and clean. And I'm going to assume that it works, and I'm going to put $5 on it at the shop. Again, if someone finds that it doesn't, well, I'd happily give them their money back. But I reckon we'll try and get $5 for this. It did say it's a high quality photo scanner, so perhaps it does a lot better than your average printer copier does. So I reckon we shall try and sell this for $5 at the shop. Judging from the prices I saw online, it should sell pretty quickly. Much better than scrapping it. There's no scrap value at all there. Now the next thing is this mat. Now all you gamers out there are probably laughing at me thinking it was a heat mat. It's actually just a mouse pad, but it's a huge mouse pad and it's very dirty. I'm hoping it cleans up a little bit. Not that I think it's worth very much, but it's a gamer's mouse pad and it has a USB cord, because when you plug it in, you get some really cool lights around the edge. It's just a little LED, I don't know what you call it, rope. It's just a little LED cord around the edge of the mat, just to give a really cool effect when you're gaming. I don't know. Seems a bit of a gimmick. It's a huge mouse pad though. It's like over 1 meter long. I did check them out online. You can buy them new for not a great deal. I think I might have seen about $20 from memory, something like that. I was tempted to actually just cut the little LED thing off the edge and put it around a window or something, but it's really pretty pointless. Is anyone going to buy it? Well, I might just give it a quick wash. If it cleans up okay, we might get $5 for it. But that's what it is. It's an extra large gamer's mouse pad with cool lights around the outside. Okay, let's move on to this little mini laptop, the Asus. It's an EPC series. I did look up the model number exactly. What did it say? It's an EPC 2G Surf. Doesn't give a date, but I'm thinking it would be probably to early 2000s. I don't think it's as new as 2010. So I've just plugged it in. It has the original power supply with it. So let's power it on and see if it actually boots up. I'm sure the battery won't be any good. Yeah, there's a battery light on, but hopefully, well, that would indicate power coming in. So let's see if it boots. Is it the on off? I think it is. Oh, here we go. Looks like it's actually going to 2007. Right, so there we go. CMOS settings wrong. The battery's probably, the CMOS battery would be flat. Press F2 to load default values and continue. F2. So I did look these up online and they do have a bit of value. I found exactly the same model as this sell overseas for the equivalent of about 40 Australian, $40, with multiple bids. And that said it had the original charger. But this looks like it's in good operating condition. The screen looks good. It's booted up pretty quickly. So there we go. I don't know if I have to kind of format the hard drive. I don't know if it's got any data on it. I guess we can look at some of the folders and see if there's anything in here. It may well have been wiped already, but it appears to be in pretty good working condition with the original charger. And given that I saw one online sell for 40 and I saw a few of different models sell for even more than that, I reckon I'm going to just maybe value it at 30 for the sake of this video. And it might be something that I would throw online. It'd be easy to post. It's in good condition other than a little dirty, so I'll clean it up. And I'm going to write down $30 for this. I don't know why people buy these old things, probably just sentimental reasons. But there we go, operational condition, an EPC, first of the tablets I'd suggest, but it's in laptop form by Asus. And all right, it's gone to sleep because I closed the lid. Now, the bag that it came in, I thought it might have been like a first aid kit. It could be. It's just basically a Holden merchandise item. Don't think it particularly came with a Holden car. I think you just buy it afterwards. It's made in China and it does list General Motors Corporation website. So I think it's relatively modern and I'm still going to put that in the shop for $10. I couldn't find any online, but I don't think it's going to be particularly collectible other than the Holden guy is going to like it to keep. Oh, maybe you could keep, it's probably a bit small for jumper leads. Maybe you could keep something to do with the car, or like a first aid kit would be fine. Or your CDs, if you still have CDs in your car. Maybe even cassettes, if you have a collectible old Holden and you want cassettes. Anyway, I reckon we'll get $10 for that. That was a good score. So all we have left is the kettles, but we do have this clock, and I want to test this battery that we found earlier, see if it's any good. If it's not, we'll find another one, and hopefully the clock works. Okay, so this battery was, where was it? It was rolling around in something we found earlier. 1.58 volts. All right, that looks like a new battery. I told you I don't have to buy new batteries. I'm guessing this old Polaroid one's going to be dead flat. Oh, a little bit of corrosion there, but I think it's not too bad. Any voltage in this one at all? 0.33. Okay, so that's going in the battery bucket for recycling. Let's see if this clock will fire up with this battery. No, we're not getting any life out of it. I think I might have to clean this in terminal. It looks a little corroded. So the terminal wasn't too bad. I gave it a bit of a clean up, but the clock's still not going. I had the meter on the actual terminals of the clock rather than on the ends of the battery, and I was getting my 1.5 something volts. So I know that it's making connection, but it's still not working. So I think it must have an issue inside. Let's do a quick video on that very soon and see if we can get this quartz movement working. Most people just throw these out when they don't work. This is at least a Japanese made one, so it might be a bit better quality than some of the made in China ones you get. But yeah, they can normally be sorted out. So let's see if we can fix that in a video coming real soon. But at least I know I've got a good battery there. So what that leaves us now out of this particular haul is some cords, which I'll use. There's a transformer here. I don't know what this suits. It's a 24 volt output. I think that's probably AC. Don't know, that might have been a garden light transformer or something. And some spare cords. I use a lot of these at the shop anyway, so we won't put them in the scrap yet until I decide I don't need them, or sometimes I use these double core ones just for hanging lights in the shop. So anyway, that's some bonus cords. We won't write down anything for that. If I do get sick of them, they can go in the scrap. So we've got a few kettles to test, and then we're finished going through this haul. Just testing each of these kettles one at a time. That one's got really cool blue lights around it. I've put some citric acid in each of them, so I'll boil them up, gives them a good clean inside. We'll make sure we've got no leaks. They're all running through the appliance tester. This one looks great. Now, even though this one was a Home & Co. Kmart variety, it's actually not the budget model. It's a bit better. I found a similar one, I think possibly even this same model, still available for about $35 or something. So I reckon we can ask 10 for this one if there's no leaks, because it pretty well looks as new. It'll be nice and clean inside now, and it does test safe. We'll check the other ones. And that's the Sunbeam kettle, just boiled nicely. It does need a little bit of a clean up. I think it's been in storage. It's a bit dusty, but it tests safe, and it should be nice and clean inside now as well. And no leaks. Very good. We'll go 10 on that as well. I think the Sunbeam ones are around about $30 or $40 to buy new. And the Kambrook urn appears to be working perfectly. The thermostat clicks in and out as it should. And there's no leaks from the tap, which is one of the weaknesses of these urns. The O-rings tend to go in the tap. But that's excellent. I should have brought the coffee out here and made myself a cuppa. Anyway, that one passes the test. We can empty that out, give it a bit of a clean, and we're going to go $20 on that. Should sell quickly. So here's the wash up of our haul on the deck. I like to show it all out here when we're finished. Everything's cleaned up. You can see how it all looks very presentable now, all been tested. And also it gives a perspective on how much we've saved, because all we have going to e-waste is this small box full, and I will be actually scrapping this for the cast aluminium heating elements and drop the cord off. So there's not very much going to e-waste. I have a few cords in there, and those instruction booklets can go in the recycle bin. I couldn't be bothered cleaning this big mouse mat up. I ran out of time, to be honest, so if anyone wants it, they can have it for free. I might put it in the free wheelbarrow that I have at the shop. That's not a wheelbarrow for free, that's a wheelbarrow where I put free electrical stuff. So if anyone wants that, they're welcome to it. But there we go. Everything else is priced in the notepad. We'll have a look shortly. All been cleaned up and tested. And yeah, this is going to add up to a fair bit this week, I think. And indeed, we have got a pretty good total, $165 potential return. Most of it should sell fairly quickly. I did up the price on the toaster. I went for 10. And the electric knife, I initially said 5. but I had a look online and you can't really buy them cheap, so I'll try and get 10 for that. The other stuff pretty much as mentioned. I'm pretty sure the charges will be fine, and the Canon scanner, I reckon someone will take a punt for $5 that it does go. So there we go, $165 potential return. A fair bit of work testing and cleaning it up, but I'm just pleased to save so much from going out to the waste stream. Our items to flip, well, I'm not flipping the spout scraper or cleaner, or gutter cleaner if you like, depends what you call those things on the side of your house that catch the water when it rains. And the clock, well, we might have done our $3, or we might be able to fix it up. We'll do a video on that and see if we can sort it out fairly soon. I haven't written those two down on the list though. So there we go, part 17 of the Monday Marathon e-waste processing series. Possibly $165 back. I'll let you know how I go on that. Let's have a look at last week's. We've had a pretty good strike rate here. Just 1 week out, we sold the Johnny 5 LED light. The EcoPot slow cooker sold the 2 lamp bases. They were the blue ones with no shades they sold. The Kambrook heater's still there, which surprises me. I think that was the best value of the lot, but we are having a bit more of a warm spell here. Hasn't quite got cold yet. And no one's grabbed that mini oven, toasty oven just yet. We did sell the Bendigo pottery straight up, first day in the shop, so that was a good little flip, that one, turning $2 into 20. Part 15, we've sold both the items and the green glass, so there's only the clock to go. I think we can rule that one off. And the week before that, we only have the nebulizer left. That's been dropped to 5. If that doesn't sell this weekend, that will be in the free section. Haven't sold the tray. The novelty lights have gone, but we've sold pretty well all of the e-waste there except one, so I can rule that off as well. Part 13 has been crossed off. The yogurt maker was moved to the free wheelbarrow, and that's gone. So, and everything previous to part 13 has been ruled off as well. So, interesting series, moving a lot of stuff, finding new homes for things, and making a bit of cash to cover my time and keeping all that stuff out of the waste stream. So, I really enjoyed this series. Hopefully you guys don't get sick of it. YouTube seems to like it. The algorithms work pretty well. I get a lot of people look at it, a lot of thumbs up, a lot of comments. So I hope that continues. It's going to be different every week, and every now and again we will find some pretty amazing stuff. I've picked up some great stuff over the years. We will eBay that little mini laptop and see how that goes. I've got to admit though, I haven't done much on eBay lately, and I did have an eBay series going, or a selling online series. That series has kind of been the thing that has been left at the moment with Christine's treatment for breast cancer and everything else going on. Something kind of had to give. I didn't want to renege on my emergency storage shed series, and I'm kind of enjoying this e-waste series. The eBay one, well, we might get back onto that at some stage when things settle down. But at the moment, I'm still doing these videos. Thanks for your support. Thanks for following along. We'll catch you in the next episode. Bye for now.